Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. We've got a rather special pairing today. We are going to pair our Cyriopagopus species Hati Hati. That is the commonly known as the purple earth tiger. Now, although these are a fairly popular spider, we don't really, in contradiction to that, we don't actually see too many of them, which is a shame because these really are a gorgeous spider. So, without further ado, let's get on with it and see what they get up to. It's very interesting. I'll see you soon, guys.
Now, as you can see, we've placed our male inside the female's enclosure. Very important this, always introduce your male to your female. Now he had been in and wandering around for perhaps 15 minutes or so up until this point, and he wasn't really doing a great deal. But as you can see now, he's picked up on the pheromones, and he's actually making his way towards where she's hiding behind that cork, that piece of bark there in the corner. And you'll see just how different he looks compared to her. Now he's given no tap. Whoa, look at that. She's out in a flash. Now up to this point, we had heard or seen no tapping or responses from our male. And this might, just might, be the reason she came bowling out from her hide like that. As you can see, she is she's very excited. There's our male, he's tapping away now. Now something very, very interesting here, we've not noticed with other spiders, but our male, when he taps, you can hear that distinct tapping on the glass. That is in fact his fangs hitting the glass, not his pedipalps. See, there are females very, very responsive. And once they start chatting, that's it. They're all over the place. There's a full-on communication going on here. And she now knows that he's come into her territory with the intention to breed. And he's not an aggressor. There you go, tapping on the glass. You see that? He lifts up his pedipalps and he bangs on the glass using his fangs. A real unique way of communicating. You can really hear it there where he hits the plastic. You'll also note that he is constantly spinning web. He's not quite ready to get too close just yet. Now we often see this with our females, that they like to maintain the security of their burrow or their hide. Now with these guys being an arboreal species of spider, she likes to stay close to her hide. You see how she turns him around? You can also see there where he's webbing up the glass. Notice the black plastic trim around the top of the enclosure. It's very clean at the moment. But you will see as time goes by, you see him webbing up that glass? Constantly webbing. There you go. Now you can clearly see how he's using his fangs to communicate by tapping on that glass. It's very loud. Now another interesting point here, you'll see how these are sexually dimorphic. The male is very, very different. But this only happens on his very last molt into maturity. Before that last molt, he looks almost the same as what she looks like now. They carry that sort of dark colour, the cream carapace, the dark legs. They carry this almost through, right the way up until their very, very last molt. You notice how when he bobs his body up and down, he's waving, very much like the Cyriopagopus. They do a very similar type of thing. There you go. Our female is very, very responsive, and this is all part of the conditioning. It's important that you get your females in a good condition prior to actual pairing. You can see there she has a decent sized abdomen. She's not overweight, but she's carrying a little bit of weight. And this is for two reasons. One, we don't want her being starving hungry when we introduce our male, because we would like to get him out alive. And two, because this is all good in terms of her hormones. This is actually making her believe that she's in a prime time, food is available, this is a really good time to have babies, because there'll be plenty for them to eat. So we're conditioning her body into thinking this is the optimum time to reproduce. You can see how he turned round there with her tapping. She's calling him back all the time. Stunning little males. Notice how leggy he is. All the males very, very leggy. And quite often they're half the weight of the females. Now you can see now the black plastic all around the enclosure. You can see where he's webbed up everywhere. This probably will aid him in an escape. If he needs to tear off quickly, he can follow this web and he can grip to it. It will all help. So what we're watching now, this is all in real time. This has not been cut or anything like that. And the whole procedure for this pairing took around about 30 minutes. So we're watching like the, 11-12 minutes of the action side. The other 20 minutes was just the male getting to know the enclosure a little bit and just settling in. And it's often important that we allow our males this time. The more confident he is, the more chance we have of a successful pairing. You can see him tapping away now. He's quite forceful with that tapping. Here we go, a little bit more contact. Not entirely happy just yet. See how she's stridulating her fangs there? She is one very excited spider. Although she's excited, she's not 100% confident. She likes to stay close to that burrow. Or hide, I should say. You can see the male there, he's very, very gently moving his pedipalps. You see the very odd little quiver in his body. Sorry for my reflection in there. Always good to have a cup of tea while you're doing these jobs. Now, even though our female can't see him, you notice she's still tapping. She's still communicating. So there's a percentage of these spiders with their courtship, there's a percentage of the courtship which is done on vibration purely and nothing else. The male is driven by pheromones that he can pick up from the female's webbing. There you go, he's off again. You can just see there the way she's moving, she's tapping as well. And sometimes we can hear that as well. We've kept the volume high on this clip throughout because there is quite a lot of noise associated with these spiders. We can hear her tapping, him banging his fangs on the glass. See, they know that glass is there. You see how comfortable they are to one another. Here she goes, she's out having another look now. As you'll see with a lot of the males, they try and draw the females away from the sanctuary of their hides. And this is because it's a little bit safer for them. And the chances are that when they copulate, as they finish, each spider will go its separate ways. Whereas if he's in her hide, she's more likely to attack him. Here we go. You see the tempo's changing. Oh, here we go. There it is. That was insemination just there, and he's off. Very, very quick. As you can see, he didn't go far. He's literally just come around the side of the enclosure. And the female, I think she has gone down to the bottom of the enclosure. Now this is an interesting point now. Don't panic when your spiders are outside. You can see she's looking for the way home. So there is no need to panic. You can see she's in no rush to go anywhere. Now when she ran, she would have laid down webbing at the same time. And this is what they will pick up. She'll know exactly where she's come from. Unfortunately, the camera didn't pick up the full colours of these spiders. She is absolutely gorgeous. She's very, very blue. There you go. She's making her way back home now. And hopefully, that would have been a successful pairing.
Well then, I did promise you an interesting video, and I think that definitely fits the bill. We saw some extraordinary behaviour there that I've not noticed it before. And this is mainly from our male. You would have seen there the male was actually using his fangs to tap on the glass and anything else that he came in contact with. So normally you'll see, especially with things like the pokies, they use their emboli, and you can see them tapping with their emboli, and that's what you hear. With the chilobrachys, we see them do the same sort of waving that our male was doing, but they don't connect their fangs with any surfaces. They're very much more into a visual thing, or they'll tap directly to the floor with their first front legs. Yes, I've never seen this before, so this was really, really intriguing. And as you saw, as the tempo of the pairing went on, the more excited she got, the more forceful he was with that tapping. Really, really cool stuff. Now, I think we explained in the very beginning of the video there that our male spent something like 15-20 minutes just sat on the log, not doing anything at all. He had a little wander around, but he didn't really do anything much at all. And it wasn't until he made his way up and he got to the top of her piece of bark that she came bowling out. And I would imagine she was defending her hide at that point. But the minute they made contact, we saw how things changed. And basically the whole thing then turned. She realised he was there to breed and not to actually attack her. And you saw how excited she got. Really, really good stuff. And it just goes to show the importance of getting your spiders conditioned. This is the kind of response that we're looking for. Now, as you saw at the end of that video, the actual copulation was incredibly fast. And if you replay it, you'll see that as they meet like that, the minute you see his pedipalp go straight, that was the insemination point. And he pushed her back. Very, very quick. So, yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, if you did enjoy it, hit the like button. It really, really helps us out. And, yeah, leave a comment as well. I'd love to hear what you got to say. So then, don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. I'll see you soon, guys.